So many of us feminines have been in our masculine for so long. We have been hustling and grinding to be the most, to do everything for everybody in the family. Not to mention emotional masculinity, meaning we push down our emotions, we act erratically when we're triggered because we haven't mastered our emotions, we haven't balanced them, we haven't balanced the masculine within us and being able to face those things with logic. And so we will be triggered and fly off the handle. We can't trust in our masculine to provide safety. And so we're always in a state of dysregulation. So many of us have been stuck in that mindset that once we finally have a safe masculine who provides safety in all areas, we have to now learn how to submit. And I hate that word. I wish there was a better word in the English language. But we have to learn how to submit to him, meaning we allow him to take on all of those concerns, to manage the pragmatics of the household, to make sure we have our daily bread, to make sure the cars are running, to make sure we're pragmatically safe, to be thinking about the future. We have to step back and allow him to do those things. That is what submit means. So for all y'all that are triggered by that word, that's what it means. So that you can rest. You can sit back and relax. Does that mean that you are not hustling after your dreams? Absolutely not. You are creative. You are intuitive. You are ideative. You are working from this feminine ability to create that it coincides with your intuition. You are creating things. You are working on things that you love, that you are inspired by. That is so feminine. But we are not worrying about all the little things and being in a state of fight or flight all the time because we have to do the most and we have to create safety for ourselves. Our masculine is creating safety. And then we are able to rest, to be in a state of creativity. I would argue if you are not a restful feminine at your core, you can't be creative. Because that masculine has provided safety in all those other areas that I just went over. You now can create from a place of pure, intuitive, feminine divinity within. And I had a total freak out last night because for so many decades, I was in my wounded masculine energy. I was doing the most. I was taught from the religion of my birth that it was my job as the woman to handle the household, to handle all the children, to manage all of their emotions, to manage my husband's emotions, to make sure my husband was the stalwart religious leader of the home. And then on top of that, I had to make sure that I was always looking presentable, that my house was always looking presentable, that my children were always looking presentable, that everybody was doing the most and being the most. And it was my job as the feminine in the home to manage all of that. So yeah, I was in my wounded masculine for decades. And so now that I have a man who says to me, honey, you don't need to worry about that. Sit back and let me worry about that. Let me worry about the retirement. Let me worry about the health insurance. Let me worry about our cars. Let me worry about paying that bill. Let me worry about taking out the trash. Let me worry about getting you coffee in the morning. I want you to rest. A man in his healed masculine wants you to rest as the feminine. He wants to give that to you. It's a gift. Because he has seen the results of that. When you are in your healed masculine energy and you are fully embodying your feminine, you are loving, you are kind, you are intuitive, you are gentle. It doesn't mean you don't have the myriad of emotions. You do. Sometimes you're chaotic, sometimes you rage. That's part of being feminine. But you have a intellectual understanding and embodiment of why it occurred. It propels you forward in your evolution and in your actualization, your emotions. They are not just whims of fancy that you get because you're triggered all the time because your nervous system is dysregulated. Your emotions serve a purpose. And when you have healed as a feminine, your emotions level you up. They level the whole family up. But I digress. He is there for your emotional ups and downs, and he is not triggered by them. They do not scare him. He has intensified and actualized his own emotional body And so he is not triggered by them. He is healed in that way. And so when you have this beautiful symbiosis of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, everybody can just show up in their authenticity, in their fullness, and embody their pure divine feminine and divine masculine. And for the feminine, to circle back, that is calm, that is restful, that is creative, that is intuitive and spiritual. And you allow him to create the environment that gives you the ability to rest in your divine femininity. And it took me 50 years of my life to get to this point where I finally have this kind of relationship. If you are ready for divine union, exactly what I'm talking about, when you're with a man who can do all the things I mentioned so succinctly and in such a detailed, roundabout fashion, long-winded fashion, you could call it, and you're ready to be in your divine femininity and create from that place and love from that place and rest from that place, check out the link in my bio. Free masterclass all about divine union. And if it's on your mind and you're watching this video this long, you're ready for it. And the universe is placing me on your FYP because you're ready. So check out the link in my bio.